Hello, my YouTube friends. TeresaLouise here, and today is December 2nd of Quiltmas. So come on in and join me in my sewing room slash uh, craft room, art room, all the things. All the things room. That's a good one. Anyway, I'm behind on long arming, and so I'm going to get some long arming going. And hopefully I'll have some people come on and say hi, do all that kind of stuff. And oh, hey, hello everybody. Let me get my other device so I can see who's here. Back on my little phone again. Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, been okay for me so far. Let's see. Doesn't want to work. What am I doing wrong here? Let me see. Start again. Uh, there I am. I knew I'd find it sooner or later. Ah, there we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Hi, Milena. Hello, Amy. Hi, Paula. Hi, Patty. Hi, Joe. Did you get snow? We did. We got lots of snow. Hi, S. Taylor. Hi, Donna. Hi, Karen. Hello, Pat. Hi, Jewel. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, I haven't seen you for a while, hon. Hope everything's okay. Yep. So we got about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches last night. Here, gotta fix my hair. So the hubby's got to go out and plow. I did ask him if he needed my help, but he said no. So I was glad to hear that. No snow, just cold and high winds. Ooh, I don't like high winds with cold, right? That just makes it worse. Joe got just a bit of snow. Hi, Beverly. Well, that's good. You live in a good area. It won't last long up there. So anyway, I'm gonna try and get some long arming done today. That's why I have you over here so you can kind of see what I'm doing and visit a little bit. Hi, Kim, and just talk a little bit about what I do, the process I go through. I've done these before. I have other videos out there of long arming and designing and so forth. I have already started on this. As you can see, it's already set up on the long arm. Hello, Sandy from Upper Michigan. No snow yet? Really? In Upper Michigan? Well, that's a shocker. I'm kind of north central Idaho, but I am in the mountains. So it's around, I think, 47,000 feet thereabouts. Depends on what mountain you're on. But it is, I love looking at the snow. That's what I'm doing. I have a patio door right there, and the sun is shining today, so it's really bright. But I love the look of the snow in the trees, the pine trees. So pretty. Um, but it just looks so bitter cold out there. Ooh, yeah. I'm glad I'm in the house where it's nice and warm and the power's on. So that's always good. So that's a good thing for me to bring up. If all of a sudden my screen just goes blank and I'm gone, the power went out. Okay. Now, yesterday when it happened during the video, the power came back on within just a few minutes. And so I was able to get back onto that video and keep talking. But later in the day, um, of course, well, thank goodness it was after dinner, right after dinner. So around 7 o'clock ish. The power went out again. And we waited about 15 minutes, and well, let's get the generator going. So we have a few generators. It's not a household generator. That would be really nice. Had If we started over here, I definitely would have. We would have put a household generator in. That would have been so much easier. But so we have a couple of small ones, but they run a lot of stuff, and then we have a great big one that will run almost everything you hook into it. So, including the freezers and the refrigerator and all that stuff, you know. Um, so when we hook that up, we hook the TV, the internet, the telephone, the a couple of lights, you know. So and we hook up the pellet stove that's downstairs. So we got cords, you know, running all over the place. Lots of fun. And my one of my dogs just does not like that at all. It just freaks her out because you know when the power goes out, um, things that you have that beep, they beep, right? And she doesn't like that beeping noise at all. Freaks her out. So she goes and runs and hides in the bedroom, and that's where she stays. And I don't know why she doesn't like extension cords. I mean, she was almost a year old when we rescued her, so something may have happened with extension cords, but she don't like them being out at all. But anyway, so we stay warm. We still have the internet. We still have a telephone. You know, stuff like that. All, all the things old people want. Or most people, I would think. But anyway, and then we kind of have another whole process we go through before we go to bed because my husband is on a CPAP, you know, and so he needs the power, right? So he gets power for that, and so let me just say hello again here. I know I've been rambling. Hi, Lula or Luta, Luta. Um, I'm in Indiana, 49, and no snow. Oh, Carolyn says, we are good. I've been working full time. Oh, okay. Um, hoping for a white Christmas here in Connecticut. That's where my husband was born, Connecticut. Um, oh, good, Kim. That's awesome. She says that the home care nurse was there this morning and she got a good report on her healing. That's awesome. So, another thing I wanted to mention just real quick is if you're watching the replay on this and there's no chat, um, sometimes it takes YouTube just a little bit of time to post the chat with the video. Okay. So, you know, if you're watching this 15 minutes after I'm already done, it might probably won't be there. But check back, you know, a couple hours. Sometimes it takes up to like 24 hours before the chat is there. So I don't, at this point, I don't have a way to have my chat come up and roll down along the bottom of my video screen. Maybe one of these days I'll figure something out about that. But just know that it will be back. And in that live chat, in the replay, you can't comment in that, you know. So if you want to leave a comment, you'll have to do it down in the comment section. Okay. So I was asked that question the other day, so I thought I would just bring that up. Well, hi, Faith. How are you doing? Oh, awesome, Pat. She said, I towed my trailer on the scenic highway from Idaho to the Grand Tetons this summer. Now that was an experience. I bet that road is windy and narrow, and probably parts of it were dirt. Hello, Brenda from Colorado. Hello, Teresa. I am feeling really good today. I did have a couple of episodes last night where I coughed, woke me up, but they didn't last as long as they have been. Hi, Barb. Oh, minus 30 in Canada. Brrr. That does not sound good. Okay. So yeah, this is a friend of mine's quilt. I'm what I call like a mid custom quilting. So what that kind of means is I'll do different quilting in each border. There'll be something different, and then there'll be something different in the blocks. But it'll be kind of a light quilting, not real heavy, and there won't be any like stitching in the ditch or anything like that. So I kind of tend to call those mid custom quilting. Now, if it was super custom quilting, then and they wanted me to stitch in the ditch, then I would do that. Otherwise, like on this, you probably, I'm sure you can't see it, but I'll just try to draw it. I just did like a half circle or a quarter circle from corner to corner in this. And so it actually kind of ends up when the design is all together, it almost reminds me of like a baseball or something like that. But if I was doing a custom quilting, then I might come in here into the middle of this and put in another design and just make the quilting a little heavier or more dense. But she wants this light, but definitely different patterns, different designs. So that's what I'm working on. The other thing I usually do is I will kind of sketch out, um, depending on the quilt. Now, this is kind of like a sampler row robin. So each row is going to be different. And I will kind of take a look at the whole quilt and think about at least four different designs that would look good all over in different places. And so you kind of, I like to repeat my designs elsewhere. So you kind of give it that a cohesiveness, I guess. You know, have you guys noticed I'm doing pretty good on my words today? I must be feeling better. I haven't stumbled much. I say that and then watch out. Oh no. So, let's get a little drink of water. I did get me a big glass of water today, so. Um, Hi, Shelly. How are you doing? So, what are you guys working on today? Anything fun? And this quilt is in the lady that made this is in my sewing group here in town. So, okay. The hardest thing I'm having right now is trying to decide what to do in these borders because this outside, well, a couple of things. This outside border over here, I'll point this down again. This outside border right here, it's got straight lines in it, kind of like a basket weave already. But if I did that, followed these lines, which is what I would like to do, but then that would turn it into custom quilting. That would take a lot of work. I'd have to get my ruler out. So, you know, that's more than she wants me to do. Hi, Shirley. So I'm trying to think of what else to put in here that would look good, um, that would enhance the design or the pattern of this border already. And then this border, I think I'm okay with. It's a lighter tan, brown color, and it's got leaves or tree branches in it. I could do leaves in this one, which is what I'm thinking about doing. So if I do the leaves over here, then hmm, something that will look good with that. Oh, awesome. Carolyn's working on a table runner for her brother for Christmas. Feathers. Yeah, I thought about feathers, but she doesn't want any feathers. So no feathers. And Teresa said, I wouldn't say I'm having fun. I'm getting some quilt backs ready for my daughter-in-law to put on my long arm. But it has to be done. Yeah, unless you'd get the 108s. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my plastic. Okay, so I got this roll of plastic at my quilt shop, local quilt shop, and it was longer than this, but I cut it off, and I have one that's just like 14 by 14 or something like that, so I can just set it on a block if I want to. So let me go grab a marker. The other thing about these outside border is that the border on the top is about 2.5 inches, and the borders on the side are like 4 inches, looks like. So that makes it a little more challenging too when you have different size borders. Oh no, Polly has another migraine. I'm sorry. That's terrible. I hope that gets better. Have you tried putting that peppermint oil, little drops on your temples? Somebody told me in the chat the other day that that works pretty good. Um, I'm cleaning my machine. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Karen. I was going to remind everybody today, since it's the first of the month, that we should clean our machines. And I'm going to, when I take a little break, then I'll go clean my machine. So, okay. Now, oh, here it is. So I kind of sketched out some little designs that I kind of liked. Um, Mainly these would be something that you would do in the border, but it's also something I can try to incorporate over here in these borders. I mean, not borders, but like blocks. Um, so, so what I could do is like treat each of the, like a 4 inch section as one block, but I don't know about that either. It needs to be able to flow too. You know what I mean? Um, this also is Kim Dill fabric, and so it's very traditional fabric. So I'm just trying to let my brain think here about what I want to do. Maybe if I come up with something here in the second one, I can think of something for the outside one. So let's see. Yeah, I think I might do that leaf pattern there. Let me redo it again. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm drawing out a leaf, a, a, a fat leaf. That's what I call them. Trying to take up some space. Then I'm doing something in the middle of that leaf because that'll be a lot of open space if I don't. And I want them to alternate. So one will go that way and then the other one will point down that way and then I don't want to, just a little too far. So you got to start getting muscle memory going here. Okay, I kind of like that. No, I forgot to bring my tea up. Darn it. Yes, let's all give some prayers to Polly that her headache goes away soon. So can you guys hear me okay today? Is that I'm back to using my new phone, so my lunch is in the oven and I'm making tea. Yum. Would overlapping squares or diamonds on point work? I can hear you fine. Sound good. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Would overlapping squares or diamonds on point? Yeah, but I would have to use a ruler and don't really want to do that because I'd have to put my ruler base on, put my ruler foot on. Anyway, she doesn't want to spend that much money on the quilt. So we got to, it's got to be something I can draw out that if it's a little, gets a little crooked here and there, it doesn't really matter. Um, so I do like the leaf pattern I just drew on there. So that's good. Let me show you. I'll just draw it on here. It's going to look something like that. And what I could do is incorporate the swirl here because that would be, you know, kind of using the same design, right? And I could put those in there. And just kind of like do like a meander, kind of meander those around. Okay, now I don't really like that. Like the leaf. I like the leaf. Okay. Okay, Pat. Okay, that don't really like that there, but it could just be the way that I meandered that. So let's try it a little different. Like start up here in the corner, and maybe I could use these lines to my benefit. Let's see, what can I do? Maybe I just keep them in a like in a line. Or maybe I just go ahead and try and follow the lines that are on here. I think that would look better. Okay, so the and this brown one is kind of squares, that look like a basket, right? So a basket weave, just following those lines would actually look really good if I can follow them well enough, or maybe every other one, so it's not getting too dense, and just go one direction, not two. What do you guys think? Let me try every other one so it's not so dense. If I do every other one, then I might go ahead and make it like a basket weave. Okay, follow that one. One, two, skip, back up. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, one, two, skip. I wish I had a better camera so you guys could see what I'm doing. But I hope I'm describing it well enough. And I might be able to like zoom in. I'll try that in just a second. So I'm skipping one line, following the next line. And the good thing about the lines that are on here, they're not straight anyway. They kind of have a weavy pattern to them. So I like that. I like that better. I think that kind of makes it stay more cohesive, I guess, maybe the word. Staying with the pattern of the fabric. When you have fabric like this, it can be a challenge to figure out what to put in there that's going to enhance it. If she liked um, feathers, that's what I would do. But she didn't want any feathers, so Okay, I think I might like that. Well, thank you, Shirley. She said, I enjoy watching you audition designs on the quilt. I do the same thing. Hi, Donna. Oh, you're welcome. She says Teresa Louise, I love this idea of using plastic template to practice ideas. Thank you for sharing, sweetie. You're very welcome. Yeah, this is really the best way to do it in my book. And this is, you could use the clear plastic shower curtain. Just get a nice heavy gauge one. But this, they actually had a roll of it at one of the local quilt shops, so I just picked it up. I was saying earlier that I have one that's like 14 by 14 that I can just set right on a block, and those are really handy instead of getting this big one out. Thank you, Teresa. She said she's going to love it. Okay. Right, Pat. Um, Pat says, following just some of the lines in the fabric with the interlocking squares slash diamonds is what I had in mind. Right, and so then if I skip a line, that'll help make it not so dense. And I could, if I don't like the way that looks, just doing one direction, I could come back and go the other direction. Um, I mean, it's going to take me a little bit longer, but I want the quilt to look pretty too, right? So there's that. Yes, Kim, definitely. So Kim asked, would these designs or practice also work for hand quilting? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how I started doing these actually when I did free motion on the domestic machine over there. I always practice, figured out what I'm going to do. So, um, like if I decide, okay, I'm all done doodling and I like what I have, instead of wiping it all off, I will just take this whole thing and move it, and I'll set it over here on this table behind me. And that way, I still have my pattern. And if I forget what I did, which can happen, I just can go look at my plastic sheet and go, oh yeah, I was going to do that. Because sometimes what happens is you you get the first layer all done and then you roll the quilt, and what you did now on the quilt is gone. It's all up in the take up bar, and then you're like, okay, what did I do there? So that's why I kind of like leaving it. Sometimes the dry erase will dry on there. If that happens, you can just use some Windex or rubbing alcohol, something like that, and it cleans right off. The other thing you want to do is if you use one of these, always have a top and a bottom. So I roll these up after they're clean, right? So I know that the outside of my roll is the piece that I never mark on, and that's the side that'll go on the quilt. Okay, and so the inside of my roll is the side I mark on, and so I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to tell you there, because maybe you didn't get all that cleaned up, and it might still be wet, and then you flip this over and put it on top of your quilt to do some more, you're going to get this marker, um, on the quilt, and you don't want to do that, especially when it's a customer's quilt, right? So always, even if you got to take a Sharpie and write top on here to remind you, okay? Um, and if you use the smaller plastic for, for just the blocks, do the same thing on that one. Just know what the top is and what's the bottom. Ask me how I know. Right? Okay, so I think we got a plan. I'm going to start out with just doing the one line in this basket weave border, and if I don't like it with the just one line, then I'll come back and do the other line going back up. I have a feeling I'm going to do the other line going back up, but okay. So um, also want to see what I do here in this corner. Um, make sure that I'm have an idea of how I'm going to move out of that. Okay, that looks good. The other thing is when I design, I don't want to break my thread if I don't have to. And so I try to keep that in mind. Um, I could go ahead and do my outer border, do the whole thing. And when I get to this side, go ahead and break thread and then do this next border on the inside and break thread again. But then as I'm starting to roll down, I won't have to break thread all that much. I'm hoping. We'll see. If I have to break thread twice, that's okay. I can handle that. Okay, so I think I have my design. Bye, Donna. I love cross hatching too. Hi, Terry. Yes, Kim. So Kim asked, when doing free motion on a domestic machine, is it best to start in the middle and work out? Absolutely. Yep. Because you want to keep pulling your backing out. Um, so when you start in the middle, you get one design going, and let's say you've done about 8 inches square, you can just make sure, pull on your backing fabric and make sure your top is flat. But if you do it on the outside and then go, well, I guess you could do it on the outside and work your way down through the whole thing, but that kind of makes a mess. What I usually do is, or what I used to do, is kind of quarter the quilt top. So I'd start in the middle here. I would work my way this way and up and go up and do 1/4 of it. And then I'd come back in and then do this quarter. And then come back in and then do this quarter. And then same thing, do this quarter. So you're starting in the middle and then pushing out as you go. I hope that makes sense. Oh, you did? You figured out what I was doing? That's good. Okay, so I think that's the plan. So I'm going to do this leaf in the second border and then the squiggly line basket weave on the outside. And I already did this, so I don't have to worry about that because I knew what I was going to do here, what I wanted to do here. Okay, the other thing I always do is test my thread. So I've already done that. I've done videos on this before. I have a test piece of fabric over here. Let me just take it off because I don't know if Donna's still here or not, but so I make these things and I use either really old fabric, like this piece of fabric here I got at a yard sale, and it's all discolored, so I wouldn't use it in a quilt. And then I'm not, I don't really like solid fabrics, so I just, when I get them in a kit or whatever, I mean, I don't buy them normally. They have to be given to me somehow without me knowing. Anyway, I save all those and I just sew them all together and make a quilt sandwich. And I just make it really long so I can practice my stitching here and then on here. And it's really easy for me to fold it over and look at the back stitching. So I test my, every time I put a new bobbin in, I test it. I just go ahead and test my tension and make sure it's correct, because you don't want to just start out and not realize that your bobbin's messed up for whatever reason, and then you got to pick all of that out. So that's why I do this. And see, what else was I going to say about? There's something else I was going to say about this, but can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, I love the feather. I did that on a different quilt here a little bit ago. That sounds like good, That sounds good, Teresa. I like that. She said, I always roll each side into the middle, put the roll inside, get it done, turn it around, and work from the middle again. Yep. Yes, I definitely use the same thread, same color thread in the bobbin and in the top. Because when you hand quilt, you you're using the same thread, right? You're not making the back thread a different color. I have had people occasionally ask me to use a different color on the back, and I won't do it. So, because sometimes your tension might slip just a hair, and then if you're using black thread on the back and white on the front, oh my God, could you imagine? That is not going to look good, okay? So, I always keep it the same. Yeah, and with the solid fabric, you can see it easier. Yeah. Hi, Amy. I haven't used that gauge. No, I would like to get one. But hi, Lisa. I have my bobbin winder on the machine adjusted that works right. Now, I had to do a lot of practicing to figure out how I wanted the tension to be on my bobbin. So there's that, you know. You got to try different things. Don't be afraid to use your thread. Don't be afraid to use your fabric. Surely you have fabric in your stash that you don't really like, and you can donate it to practice, because you can sew all these together and make dog beds, or, you know, all different kinds of things. I don't even know, Amy, what, like, how many is it? I don't know if it goes by pounds or what, but how do you know what poundage your bobbin needs to be? You know, um, I do check the bobbin tension before I put it in. I do that. And then, of course, I do the practice so I can tell right away if I have any problems. Okay, I'm going to get to quilting here. Oh, do I use different weights? Yes, I do. So I like to use a 40 weight cotton fabric thread in the top, and then I use a 50 weight thread in the bobbin. Um, I feel like 60 weight is that's okay, but I don't like the look as well. Um, so 50 weight usually. Okay, well, it's in my wish list, Teresa. The gauge is okay, Amy. That's good to know. I was wondering how those worked. I really would like to get one, but I'm making what I do work for me. I might be a little more work. And even if I had one of those gauges, I would still test my bobbin and every I would still do this. So, especially if I was doing a customer quilt, I definitely would test my bobbin first. Um, Shelly said she always matches the thread, bobbin thread to the back. Yeah. um, I try to pick a thread that will look good on the front and the back. Um, if I do use a different color in the bobbin, it's just like a shade darker or lighter, but like I wouldn't use a black on the back and a white on the front. I wouldn't do that. Most of my thread is 40 or 50 weight and all 100% cotton. Should I change weights? No. Uh-uh. Use I would use the 40 in the top and the 50 weight in the bobbin. The reason why I do that, Kim, is because with 50 weight thread, you can get more thread on the bobbin. And so you're not changing the bobbin as often. And so that's why I do it. And I just think it looks better to have a lighter thread, lighter weight thread on the back. Yes, Terry, 40 weight on the top and 50 on the bottom. That's what I do on my domestic machine too. My brothers, I have same thing, 40 on the top and 50 in the bottom bobbin. Um, and that's how I do my normal sewing when I'm piecing a quilt. And then when I do free motion on the domestic machine, which I hardly ever do anymore, um, that's the weights I use. Okay. Right, Shelley. Shelley said, but it's usually not a huge contrast. Exactly. Amy said, yes, definitely test each bobbin. And I do that on my domestic machine too. When I was free motion quilting, I always tested my bobbin first. And, you really have to practice. I really, truly practice and try different threads out. And because every machine is different. Right, Teresa. Most of the time, I don't want to see the thread color, but the quilting texture. Oh, great, Amy. Oh, yeah, I think you're talking to Teresa McBriar. Okay, okay, here we go. So I've already tested my thread. Is there any other questions before I get going here? I'm going to have to roll this back a little bit because, whoops, sorry guys. Okay, I'm going to have to move you just a little bit, I think. Sorry about that. How many packs of charm squares do you have? I'm looking at mine over there on the shelf and just curious, how many packs of charm squares do you guys have? All right. All right, here I go. Um, and put my stretchers on. The other thing I use for my long arm so that I can take my practice pieces on and off really easy is you can get these that fit on your bars, um, like in the plumbing department. I got mine off of Amazon, and then I just, you know, clip that on like that down there, and then it comes off really easy. So those, this is really handy. Also, sometimes I will just do one border going this way, and then I will actually turn my quilt, take it all off, turn my quilt, and then do the other borders. And when I do that, I use these instead of pinning it back on. So a couple more tips for you. Terry has 5, Donna has 0. 0 charm packs? Okay, when I first started quilting, I bought a bunch of charm packs off of eBay. So, and they were all good fabric, Moda fabric and Riley Blake and stuff like that. And I still have a whole bunch of those. Okay. You don't want this too tight. If you get it too tight, that's not good. Definitely use your side clamps if you have them. I've had that roll before and get a pucker, and that's not fun. Okay. I like I like 10 stitches per inch, but Okay, let's see how that's going to look. Here we go. And then I'm just double checking my stitches. The other thing I have, because I have old eyes, is I have this magnifying light, and then I also have a little flashlight, so I can double check. Also, the more you do this, feel your stitches, because if you are getting butterfly or eyelashing, anything like that, you'll be able to feel it. The other thing I use to look under there. Oh, geez. Whoops. Well, you guys went for a ride that time. Sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. Because I have this mirror and I use it to look under the quilt, and I'll use this flashlight. Okay. I think that's going to look okay. Sorry about that, you guys. That was quite the ride, huh? Okay, here we go. Glad I checked. Okay, so I can't get any. I'm at the end there, so. Well, I like the way that looks. The only problem is I'm not going to be able to roll my quilt all the way up like I normally do. I'm just going to follow this line. Go ahead and stitch in the ditch here. I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I thought about getting one of those too, a deep, cheap door mirror from Walmart. I actually have one downstairs that I could bring up here. Kim said she has a bunch of charm packs. And she cuts up more 5-inch squares. Oh, that's a good idea, Shirley. Shirley said, another trick I found is using my cell phone to view places I can't see. I don't have a long arm, but it does come in handy when looking for things that disappear under my desk. That's a good one. That's a great idea. Use your phone and snap a picture. And then you can zoom in. I love that idea too. Carolyn said, no worries, you're so awesome. Thank you. That's what I do, Pat. I love fat quarters. And I do have quite a few layer cakes. Remember when you used to be able to get a super great deal like 3 or 4 years ago at Missouri Star Quilt, and you could get layers packs for layer cake. Yeah, layer cakes for like $20, and sometimes they'd have a whole bunch of them for the deal of the day. That's when I bought mine. Is when they were $20. And most of the charm packs I have now, besides getting them off eBay, have come in the Sew Sampler boxes. I don't know, Amy. What did we do? All right, here we go. Back on. I'm kind of leaning over more than I normally do, but that's all right. And probably what I'm going to do is come back and go ahead and stitch in the ditch all the way down that, because I think it'll look a lot better. I have my machine on cruise, so that means when the machine, when I stop, the needle is still going up and down, and that seems to work better for me when I'm doing custom quilting. But if I'm just doing a edge to edge all over design, I usually have it in precision. Then you just got to be really fast when if you want it to stop, to hit the stop button quick. Anybody else clean their machines today in honor of the first of the month? If you haven't changed your needle in a while, go ahead and do that. If your machine requires oil, don't forget to oil your machine. I oil this one about, depending on how it's running, like every 2 or 3 bobbins. But I clean out the bobbin area every time because I use cotton thread, and you know how cotton thread is. Lots of lint. Okay, let me see what's going to happen here before I do any more. So I'm going from the out in. I think I'm going to do that on the same way. So I can do that this way. Yep. Perfect timing there to stop. Okay. Now what I'm probably going to do is that will probably be all I do besides basting this outside edge. And then when I'm all done with the quilt, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it, and then that way I can do the whole thing all in one pass instead of stopping and starting, stopping and starting. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. Oh, I didn't need to take those clips off. Because I have to do that other border. I'll read your comments here in just a minute. I don't usually go that slow, but because I'm doing straight lines or straight-ish lines, I want to go just a little bit slower there. Thank you, Terry. She said, don't forget to like and thumbs up. Hi, Mary. Or, I'm sorry, Marie. Hi, Marie. Kim is recuperating right now. That's probably why you see her a lot. Oh, awesome, Polly. Cleaned her machine and detailed cleaned the sewing cabinet this morning. Yeah, and my machine doesn't like polyester, so okay. I don't see any questions there, but going to get a quilt to post office in the morning. Awesome. Hi, Jim. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my leafy border over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and start in this corner. Now I could go get a fabric marker. Like I like those water soluble ones, and kind of mark where I want these to be, but this is free motion, baby. Right? I think I hear the hubby out there plowing, so that's good. Because I need to go to town in a little bit. Okay. My back is starting to hurt. That's why I'm wiggling around. Hi, Beth. Hi. How are you doing? I'm stretching my back. Free motion is awesome, Brenda. Okay. Sit you down. You know, I need to make one of those cell phone holders. Yep, he's out there. You can always hear a diesel. Yeah, and she has a really dark chocolate brown on her backing too. So, okay, what did I say I was going to do here? Leaves. A fat leaf with a curl in the middle. Okay, and then that looks really good. Okay, and then I want the leaf to come back up and go down the other way. So, I just want to check those stitches really quick. I like that. Looks good. Wish I could get the up closer so you guys could see. Maybe when I get down there, I can try to zoom in. Okay, so this one's going to go down here. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Stop and reposition my feet. Hi, Valerie. I'll finish this row up and then I will chat. Okay, so now I'm getting close to the corner here. And because I didn't measure these out and go like every, 3 inches within that, I didn't do all that math stuff. I just kind of made fat ones and a little thinner ones and, kind of did what, you know, like I felt like doing. So now I'm here. I can see, um, I can get 2 more. So this one, this leaf is going to need to be in this whole corner. I know that already, right? So this next leaf is going to be down. So that kind of sucks. So I'm going to have 2 leaves that are facing the same direction. Um, well, do I need to? Well, that one doesn't have to be up. Okay, let's see. No, I can point it down. Okay, that'll be all right. That's what I'll do. I'll point it down. So that'll be all right. But anyway, point is I can fit 2 right here. This one is going to be a little thinner than this one, but that's okay. He's going along good. Here we go. Okay. This is going to be a really puffy and you can see the holes in the fabric. She didn't cut the selvage off all the way. So that's what's kind of causing this little bit of a problem, but I think this leaf will take it up well enough. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Do I want to go around here? Yeah, I want to go around there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop there. So I don't think I have enough room to. And besides, I'm going to finish both of these rows when I turn this quilt. Okay. I want to see if I can. Can you guys see that? Yeah, he's going to town out there, plowing that road. Okay. I don't know if you can. Let me know if you can see this. If not, I will try and get you closer and maybe zoom in. Oh, how nice, Donna. She said, I got the Sewers Club subscription box today, 15 fat quarters. Nice fabric. I love it. I've been thinking about switching to that. It takes practice for free motion quilting, that's for sure. I donated my time doing a whole bunch of baby and small quilts like that we were donating. So I did like 44 of them. My day is going really good, Beth. How's your day? Okay. Yeah, my I want to finish my tops too. I got about 20 in the closet that are just, mine. Okay, I'll go look that up, Donna. Thank you. Okay. Bye, Marie. Maybe some ribbon candies? Painting Zoe's nails. Oh, fun. Man, Teresa, you couldn't wait till I got out of school. What time do you get out of school? Okay. So nobody answered me about being able to see the quilting. So that must mean you don't want to see the quilting. I'm going to try and bring it up just a little bit closer. I'm going to try and. Okay. There. Can you see it now? I think that looks good, huh? And then the straight line. Jeez, my phone rang. It's always something. Okay. Oh, good. You can see it now. Okay, let me try and get closer again. There. Okay. So the leafy thing here, straight lines here. Now you can really see that fabric and see what I was talking about. And then just these shapes in the block. Awesome. I think that looks good. Sorry. Trying to figure this phone out. Making you guys go googly eye. Oh no, Terry, that's not good. Thanks, Donna. Thank you, Valerie. Love it, says Joe. I can see. Oh, hi, Renee. I can see. Looks pretty. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and roll this quilt down. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you could see it. Am I all the way out now? I think so. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to make such a mess out of your eyeballs. All right, let's roll quilt, see where we are. Yeah, that looks okay. All right. Okay, that's good enough. I float my tops. I just like doing that better. You can tell this inner border right here is really wonky. I'm going to try and straighten it out. I'm going to have to pin it. Pull here. I don't mind a little wonky, but I might be able to quilt that out. We'll see. The other thing I could do is, you know, that might be the thing. Maybe I should go ahead and spray that and iron it. I don't know. I'm going to do that first. That might take some of that wrinkle out. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that first. That's another trick you guys can do with your borders. Use steam and or spray with water and a nice hot iron, and sometimes that um, extra fabric that's in here will kind of shrink up a little bit. Won't be so you know, wonky. Won't be so full. There, that's the word. So let that heat up because it is really wonky. The other thing I usually do is measure. So I measure the first border and the second border, where those are going to be. And that kind of helps keep your borders straight also, if you know where they're supposed to be, right? And as you keep going down, so you can see why it takes me so long to quilt. Because I have all these little things I have to do. But, you know, I want it to be, I want to try and fix things if I can, you know. So I'll press that first before I get too worried about it. Yeah, it's really wonky. And this is just water. I'm going to press those blocks too. Because that border's kind of wonky up there. Yeah, that's really stretched out there. My block is going to be really full now in order to get this straight. So I might be able to iron that out a little bit. Oh. That's not going to work because I need an extension cord. That's why I need a handheld iron or a cordless iron. Thank you, Teresa. Oh, cool, Patty. Oh, it is relaxing? I got to run downstairs and get that extension cord. Sorry. You guys can hang out for a minute. Keeping it interesting. Yeah. Okay. Now this life. Oh, I better plug this in. Okay. Um, okay, let's take a little break. I'm going to take a little break and run downstairs. And get the extension cord for that iron, okay? I'll be right back. I might even grab a cup of tea. So why don't you guys hang out? If anybody shows up, you know, welcome them to the chat and let them know I'll be right back. And so, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I made it back. I usually don't plug my iron into an extension cord, but my plug-in is down over there behind you guys. So, hey Tucker, how's it going? I'm going to sit down for a minute, take a little break. Take a little break and say hi. Hi, Pam. Hi, Sweetheart Creations. I'm doing okay. My back's starting to hurt, but that's okay. It's a good pain, right? I'm just trying to get this quilted, and but I need to take a little break. Do that out for a little while. Took a shower this morning, so my hair is really well, it's still kind of damp actually. Okay. Who else came in? Anybody? We got Pam and Tucker. What are you up to today, Tucker? And Pam, what you doing? I like the Marie Callender chicken pot pies. My husband doesn't though. He doesn't like those. Oh, you're doing long arming. Okay, I just saw that. Awesome. Pam is trying to put arms on a shirt for her son's Christmas gift. Fun. Somebody tell a joke, says Terry. That's a lot of thread caught in the balancing wheel. What a waste and a mess. All better now. I'm glad you got that taken care of. I hated putting the collar on, says Pam. And next, I hate the arms. I think she just hates making shirts. The best part is the hem because you're almost done. Exactly. Kind of like the binding. I'll be making dog clothes for the granddaughters tomorrow. Oh, how much fun! I loved making Barbie doll clothes when I was little. Kim says, I found Barbie patterns and granddaughters love Barbie. So not for Christmas, but maybe Valentine's. I'll manage to get doll clothes made. Yes, it is cold out there. It's cold here. Hi, Maureen. How are you doing? I use a lot of pins on my sleeves. I haven't made a shirt in years. The last shirt I made was out of leather. And it was like one of those, like those rendezvous. Do you guys know what that? It's like old timers rendezvous, like mountain men, loggers, teepees. I think it's more like mountain men type stuff. Anyway, I made my husband a shirt out of leather. And it turned out pretty nice. It was the only shirt I've ever made. And I didn't have a pattern. I took the pattern off of one of his other shirts, and that's how I made the pattern. I showed that to you guys one time. It's been a while though. Yeah, your grandchildren will love that, Kim. And Brenda's too. Yes, Kim is prolific in shirt clothing making. She made a bunch of clothes for her daughter, shirts, while her daughter was pregnant. So, and did alterations and stuff like that. Does anyone know how to make garments using a long arm? I was looking the packages while I'm building my long arm online. No, I don't. Valerie said, I remember you showing that. A labor of love. Yes, it was. But it turned out really nice and it fits him. And after I showed that to you, I actually took it downstairs and he put it on and it still fits him. And he can even put like a lightweight undershirt on underneath it. Oh, you get home around 3 or 4, so that would be 1 or 2 for me. Well, I thought that was about the time I came on. Wasn't it about 1 o'clock or 12:30 maybe? Hell, I don't remember now. Oh, Shelly's making a flannel shirt. Oh my goodness, Kim. They're talking about 50-mile-an-hour winds over there tomorrow. Oh, no, I don't, but I should. I'll do that next time he puts it on. I'll get a picture of him. Hi, Lori. Yes, I do feel a lot better today. Okay, I'm just about ready to get to quilting. Ah, nice warm hot cup of tea. I'm having chai tea with a lot of honey in it. Did you notice I haven't coughed yet today? Knock on wood. Doing good. Doing good. Yeah. Hi, Janine. Oh, that's what it is. I was wondering, Kay, if you were behind in the chat or not, or behind in the video. Okay, we'll get back to work here. Okay, that should work now. Tighten that up just a little more there. Yeah, that worked down there on that part. That looks a lot better. These are kind of sometimes the extra things you need to do if you're quilting for other people because they don't realize that their quilt is not square, you know. And if I can fix it without, you know, I prefer not to say anything like, boy, That quilt was really not square, you know. I try not to do that. Or I don't do that. I just try to fix it. If I can't fix it, then, you know, like if I couldn't fix this, I would call her and let her know, hey, I'm sorry, but I just want you to know that your blocks are pretty wonky. They're really full, and I'm having a hard time making sure they're square. I just want you to know, before I quilt it. And if she wants to come take a look at it, then that's the opportunity, or I can send her a picture. Um, because I don't want the customer to think that I messed up the quilt. Because I just, try my best to make it look the best that I can. So sometimes you got to use pins. Kind of stabilize. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing anyway. So I'm just pinning this where this is more straight. It's mostly these outside blocks. Okay. That's all right. I'm probably getting pretty close to the bobbin running out, but now I'm going to bring my little practice thing back over here. Willa is going to town on a bone over there. And I will look at the comments in just a minute. I got everything on extension cords. That's okay, Kay. That's all right. I'm just going to work with it the best I can. Willa Valerie says hi, and I'll finish reading that in just a second. Okay. So keeping in mind for those of you that are just getting here, I just kind of did up some little designs. Now, I'm not necessarily going to use all those, but they're all ones that I thought kind of went well together. So, and I kind of like to repeat the design elsewhere in other blocks, right? So keeping those in mind and what I've already done, I'm going to figure out. Now, I also want to figure out how not to break thread, because I want to do this whole section without breaking thread if I can. And that's not including the borders. Okay. So, looks like she had to put an extra piece of fabric on each one of these to make it long enough. So I have to figure out something for that. Let's see. I want to do this one's going to go this. So I can do that way. Okay. Go down, over, over. As soon as I get it figured out, I'll go down to this last one and draw it out, and I'll zoom in for you so you can see what I'm doing. But first of all, I just want to figure it out first. No, I might, instead of just doing swirls all over, I might want to do those leaves again. Because while I like swirls, too many can be a bad thing. Okay, I'm going to need to go into this middle because the middle is a block too. But I think, where do I want to go into the middle? Right. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, doop, 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 doop. The ones in the middle are really tiny. And here, I'll just come in. Okay. I think that's pretty close to what I want. But I'm going to need to end up over here in the middle. So I go do, 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 do. That won't work. If I start here, that would work. If I start right here, might do some. Okay, from Teresa, I got a steam fast cordless on Amazon, only 40 bucks. Oh, so far you love it. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Hi, Katie. Oh, Kay says sometimes somehow I hit the progress button and went backwards. Sweetheart Creation said, "You are a sweetheart." I was having a conversation with a long arm quilter, and she was saying all the things wrong with people's quilts. I am scared to take anything to her. I know, right? Yeah, I don't like doing that. I mean, I look back creative support. Okay, like one time, there's a gal that she's a new quilter, and her borders, inner and sashing, they're always really wonky. And so I just sat down with her and taught her how to do the borders and the sashing. So, and she got better and she was all for it, you know. And I think a lot of times it's the way that you approach the subject. Um, if I would have been, really snotty and nasty about it, neither one of us is going to feel good about that. And, I want her to feel good about what she's creating. And a lot of times your quilter can work those things out if it's not too bad. But one time I had one where how all the points meet in the middle, on like a pinwheel block, sort of like that. And but then she had added some other fabric to the outside of it. Anyway, it was like really puffy, bad. When I put it up here, I thought, oh my god, I'm I'm not going to be able to fix this. This is too. Uh, there's just too much extra fabric in the middle, you know. Well, I'll try and iron it out, see what happens. And I sprayed it down really good. I got my iron, lots of steam, and just kept spraying and ironing. And pretty quick, they kind of shrank up and they laid nice and flat, and I could quilt them. Um, and then, without saying, anything terrible to her, I was just one time at our quilting sewing group. I just said, "Hey, you guys, I thought I'd do a little demonstration on how to do pinwheels today. Is anybody interested?" That kind of thing. It kind of goes over a little smoother because we're not perfect. I don't expect them to be perfect, but if I don't try to fix some of that stuff, then the quilting is going to get all bunched up, and it's just not going to look good. So I just try to fix it if I can. I try, Kay, to be nice. Oh, thanks, Valerie. She said she likes what I'm doing. Really adds to the quilt. Kim says I would rather somebody be honest with me. I'm not perfect. And if my quilt top needs squaring, go for it and let me know. Exactly. Oh, $89 for the Panasonic. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, it was a C cup. Oh, that's awesome. Mel says, "Is anyone making gifts for Christmas? I don't know what to make. I'm making totes and pillowcases. Both are awesome. You could also make like those bow cozies. Those are really popular. Pot holders. I love getting pot holders It's always nice to get fresh, clean, pretty pot holders. But yeah, lots are making bow cozies. Pam says I paid about $60 for mine on eBay. Yeah, totes are great for storage. Okay, back to it. I'm not going to probably be on much longer. I got some uh, things I need to go do in town. And I got to figure out what to do with this extra piece of fabric too. Something that's going to look good with this outside border here. I just might do either ribbon candy or just circle in a circle. Okay, so if I'm starting here, or here, I have to start there. Okay, and then down, over. He is still plowing the road out there. Pretty long road. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to kind of work. Yeah, okay, I think I got it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but I will try. You can't see that. Well, I will sew it out and then show you. But it's basically what I've been doing already, the swirls and stuff like that. Let's see. I'm going to start here. Yep, plenty of room. Okay. I just know my bobbin's going to run out. Just know it. Hey, Tiffany. Yeah, we got snow overnight. So we had about like 6 or 8 inches out there this morning. It pretty much snowed all day yesterday. The power went out 3 times. Oh, yeah, the ornaments Eric did last night, they were awesome. Okay. Scandinavian fabrics stars. I'll have to look that up. I haven't seen that. Oh, what time is it? Tiffany is next at 3:30. What? Oh shoot! Is Tiffany's on? Well, this phone says 2:30. Tell me, somebody tell me what time it is. Oh, another hour from now. Okay. I must not have turned the time back on that one. What time do you guys got? Okay, thank you. Thanks, Kay. Yeah, my phone says 2:40. She's live now? She shouldn't be live now. Well, I'm going to go look. How is she live now? No, I didn't get a notification. Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't. It should be 3:30 my time, Pacific Standard Time, which is 4:30 for her and 6:30 for the East Coast. No, she's not live yet. It says 3:30 on her live thing. Okay, scared me there for a minute. Okay, Kim. Old lady syndrome. Hello, Anne. Hi, Courtney. Yeah, that's right, Shelley. Tiffany's on Mountain Time in the wintertime. Yep. Well, you got us all riled anyway, Kim. Okay, I'm going to start here. Geez, KD, I'm sorry you have a headache. She's, did you know you can't cut fabric with a seam roller? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we woke everybody up, so that's good. All right, here I go. Now, do I remember what I was going to do? Yes. Just want to get those threads off there. Oh, I was supposed to start over in this corner, but that's all right. Yep, I knew it. Ran out of thread. Luckily, it's not too far from a good spot to stop there. But I am going to have to take a little bit out. But not much, about an inch. He's still down there plowing. But, you know, he plows our driveway, which is pretty big. We've got a pretty big parking area. And then he has to do the whole road that goes all the way down to the main road. Um, and then he goes up and he does the neighbors because her husband works in Texas, 3 weeks on and 2 weeks off or something like that. So he's gone right now. And so, but when he's home, then Brandon doesn't have to plow as much. So that's good. All right. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and go, you guys. I've been on for quite a while. And that way I can take a little break before Tiffany comes on. I thought about staying on the whole time, but normally what I do when I want to take a break is like I'll stop doing this and then I'll go sew for a little while and then get a little bit done. But I would have to lift you up and put you over there. I think you've seen enough of me today, haven't you? And so yeah, I clean my bobbin area every time I take the bobbin out. Try and get as much of that lint out of there as I can. And I just use a paintbrush. Oh, I did want to show you my paint by number, so I'll show you that before I go. So I want to work on this. I'd love to get this done today. I'll post pictures of it in the Facebook group, and then I can get started on all those other quilts that you guys sent me. And if you're one of the people, I'm really sorry. I have, I've been sick, so, but my goal is to try and get them all done within the next week and a half, maybe. So before December 15th. That's my goal. All right, so that's on there. I need to take that out. Look at and of course I'm going to check that bobbin before I start sewing. That's kind of what I do, but I don't have my embroidery machine up here. I need to set that up here one of these days. I got to use the light from here to pick this out. Okay. What I like about this little guy is this end is real rubbery. So you can just use it like an eraser and it pulls those threads up out of there. I really like this. And they're only like $4. Or they used to be anyway. Okay. Kind of worried about going into this middle block because the squares are really tiny and there's a lot of seams. But I do have a fresh needle on here. I do that. Every quilt gets a new needle. So Kim said, I love my seam ripper like that. Okay, Brenda. She said, take your time on hers. It has been finished 3 years or more. Hi, Sandra. Yeah. Well, you lose bobbin chicken whenever you're quilting. And I wish all of them would tell you when you're about out of a bobbin, because had I known ahead of time, I could have stopped where I wanted to. Thank you, Courtney. It's one of the friend of mine and customer. It's her quilt, and I'm custom quilting it for her. Here for the fun. Hello, how's it going? No, it's a 15. R15. I'm thinking I might get the 15 or the 19, but that would put me like right here. I don't want to get a whole new frame and all that stuff. I feel like that really is enough space. That's funny, Kim. Well, better go get your hair cut then. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to go for like 15 more minutes. And then that'll be 3 o'clock. And that'll give me a half hour. One of these days, I'm going to get a little camera from right here Alrighty. Okay. I feel like I have something in my eye. Oh, I forgot to check that bobbin. Dang it. It feels okay. Okay, I need to get in there. Sometimes it's almost like a puzzle. I better have a sip of tea. Okay, so you guys don't forget today over at Tiffany's Quilting Life at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. She is number 2 in the um, Ugly Christmas Fabric Challenge. 12 days of Quiltmas. We got to go over there and support our dear Tiffany and see what she was able to create with her 12 fat quarters of ugly Christmas fabric. I can't wait to see. So let me put her, if you're not subscribed to her, which I think the majority of you are, but just in case. So, oh, it's no sew, Valerie. That's cool. I'm gonna have to look those up. You use your non-personal phone on your long arm. Okay. Oh, that was Treasure Heart Creations, Eric. Here, let me put it in there for you. I think I have him in the system. And then, yep, there's Eric. And then I think I saw Courtney still there. I think her name's in there. You hope we don't crash the internet? Me too. I think it's going to be awesome too, Brenda. Coffee is ready. Awesome. There. See? I got a lot more people in the little bot than you think. All right, now what am I going to do with that middle? Okay, that looks all right. But I should have gone in. There. That one's done. Okay. Okay, I think that looks okay. Okay. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I just had a piece of chocolate. Yes, I do, Valerie. I try to let the fabric talk to me. Definitely. I always try to find some sort of pattern in the fabric, or if I can't find a pattern in the fabric that I like, um, just whatever design I think will enhance it. And then, of course, I have to take the customer's needs or wants into consideration. And she didn't want any feathers or that kind of stuff in here. So, but she really liked the last one I did for her. You guys remember a couple of months ago? Well, it was in August actually. That blue one, that blue and white one I did, that was hers too. An eye roller to finger press, only $1. Wow, that is true. They did tell me to have chocolate. Yes, the group will be going over to Tiffany's channel. I hope you will at 3:30. I'll be there. Okay, thank you, Kay. Okay, you guys. So I'll be back on tomorrow. Also thinking about sometime this week doing some ornaments. I have a couple of different really cute ornaments, and um, gosh, I should have done that today if you all are having grandkids over this weekend. It would be a really fun project to do with the grandkids. So um, I'll try and do those tomorrow. And I probably won't be on too long because I know we have quite a few other content creators that come on, but there's always hashtag replay, right? So, ooh, that sounds good. I would like some fudge. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out if you don't have any questions. Like I said, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your time here in the chat. And oh, you got Zoom? Okay. I won't be on that early. It'll be after 11. Thank you, Terry. So, bye, Terry. Bye, Valerie. Thank you, Brenda. Bye. Bye, Pam. Bye, Pat. See you later, Kim. So long, Mel. Oh, I'm sorry. The other Mel. I'm sorry you got here late. Darn it. Didn't get to talk to you. Bye, Kay. So long, Martha. Bye, Courtney. Bye, Sandra. Okay. And bye, Donna. Bye, Anne. So long, KD. Okay, until next time. See you guys tomorrow. Love you. Go make something now. Bye.